Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. How's life?
Halo,
Halo, Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alright, for today, we will continue our presentation again. Alright, but before that, I want to say thank you very much for our presentation in this presentation. Alright, we will continue for third presenter. For third presenter is Syarifah Jannah. You can prepare your PowerPoint. Alright, for Miss Syarifah Raudatul Jannah, you can start your presentation right now.
alright, thank you, Miss Nurhayati. Alright, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Before I start my presentation, I will introduce myself. My name is Syarifah Raudatul Jannah. I'm from English Education on Raja Ali Haji University. Today, I will presentation about how student assignment during the pandemic COVID-19. Next, online learning is done by utilizing technology, in particular internet. Online learning is done with a distance learning system, where teaching and learning activities are not carried face-to-face at times. Learning is carried out using media, but printed media. Motivation comes from the Latin word mover, which has a meaning that includes in a person to be able to, etc., so as the specific purpose. Motivation is a person desires, drives, and needs to be able to do certain activities. So that motivation is interpreted a person will cause person or increase outcomes for learning. And motivation to learn is very important to support one's achievement. This motivation also contains next, all right, formulation of the problem. What are the learning methods? Components to tell students to be motivated in learning. There are three components to learning method motivation. All right. Number one, components. Teachers. The teacher is one component that's very influential on the learning process because the teacher plays a very important role, marrying orders, preparing materials, delivering materials, and arranging everything teaching and learning activities in the learning process. Number two, student components. Alright, the student or their components that also affect the course of an activity teaching are also known as learners. Students as individual are people who are not dependent on others in the sense of being free to determine themselves and not being forced from outside then in the world. Alright, of education. Students must be recognized as being a unique and individual person. Each student has 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 activated and constraining individual characteristics. Developing include emotional, moral, intellectual, and social development. This development of a student abilities as subject education. Alright, next, the study material component. The study material component. Learning material is on of the, oh no, uh, uh, learning material is one of the learning components very important and very needed in teaching and learning activity. The material is a content that will be given to students in the process learning material that will lead students to goals to be excited in learning. B. The effectiveness student in learning. Alright. The effectiveness of student in learning preparation before providing service learning is the determining factor in learning success, especially on online learning where there is gap between learners and learners. One of the reasons choosing learning strategy is to leave learning meaningful so that it's effective or not learning can be identified through behaviors between learners and learners. The effectiveness in KBBI is influential circumstance, memorable thing, success, out and over or action, the entry in force of the stream lower regulation. C. The advantages and deficiency of online learning for students. Advantages. The students feel more relaxed and happy. And second, students feel they have more with their families. Thirdly, students feel have they more time to rest and relax. Finally, students feel more relaxed and less tense. Deficiency. Students feel wasteful because the quota runs out quickly. Secondly, students gain more difficult to understanding material presented by the teachers, right? Thirdly, students feel sad. Finally, students feel that activities with their friends. Next, Alright, next, D. The tutoring during the COVID-19 pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic has a major impact on various sectors. Wrong of education. The world of education also feel the impact. Educators have to make sure the teaching and learning activities keep going. Some students and to learning together. Uh, Educators can learning together at the same time use as WhatsApp, Zoom application, or other media as learning media. Educators can ensure students follow learning at the same time, even in different places. Educators can also give measurable take it according with the objective uh, of the material delivered to students. Next, next, the role of the teacher in dealing with this online. Next, the role of the teacher in dealing with this online learning. Number one, teachers throughout the day. Teachers throughout the day. The role of teachers throughout the day means that teachers do not have fixed teaching time and are not can do conducive to considering the varied geography of teachers residents in cities and villages, so that the signal of internet connection is also risky in going online. The teachers also has accept all forms of assessment in the form of assessment in the form so file, and of course, the tasks of students are not just one. It will take a lot of time and drain energy too. Next, teacher, they must be technology literate. This important why teachers also have to really understand student how the online learning system that he provides to be literate learning system that provide to be literate with the latest technology application so that the impact is what students will feel challenged by learning raw methods that can be said to be new. Number three, the next role, namely innovative teachers. As a teacher play an important role today to be able to innovate himself and student in general, meaning that the teacher here can motivate students with different explanation and assessment method that they use because they are increasingly interesting in online method update. Students will feel different are not bored, so the students are meant to challenge. For example, quiz that are usually presented is the form of teaching asking students are now presented in an application that has many pictures. Or cultivate student. Cultivate student. Awareness growing. Awareness for students to feel the importance of the task and accept it as a challenge so it work hard is one form of motivation that is quite important. The form of hard work of students can be involved connectively, namely by looking for ways to increase motivation. Finally, give encouragement to student learn. Student learn, you can give this encouragement by giving maximum attention to students, especially those whose performance is quite low. You as a teacher are required to be more observant against the condition of your students. Determining factors in learning success, especially on online learning, where there is a gap between learners. On learning, this learner must know the principles of learning and how learners learn. Uh, Creativity that the means of delivery is not a determining factor for the quality of learning. Rather, the direction of the study determines. Alright. Conclusion that my topic, the technological progress has a major impact the development of education. Educators use it to simplify the teaching and learning process and improve the quality of education. The following are the student views on the effectiveness of online based learning. The majority of students feel that online learning is not effective because in practice, the teacher is dominant in giving assessment, not explaining the material. All right. Basically, learning has two types named synchronous and and student. This is possible direct interaction between educators and online learners. In implementation, synchronous training requires educators and students access the internet simultaneously. Educators provide learning material in the form of a paper or presentation slide, and students can listen live presentation via the internet.
3 minutes.
Students can also apply questions or comments directly or via the chat window. Synchronous training is a description of the class real but virtual, and all learners connected through the internet. Synchronous training often also known as virtual classroom. A learning-based learning process students need the means and infrastructure that support fast book learning can take place and have more learning quality goods. Means and the infrastructure include a smartphone, computer, or laptop, application and network. The internet is used as a medium in the course of in the course of source use traditional and online learning is a democratic decision. Learning requires usage in the classroom. That is a learning. However, Socrates stated that technology usage has not been has not been able to replace implementation of face-to-face interaction method. Conventional of is still much more effective compared to online learning or e-learning online. In addition, the limitation in internet accessibility, hardware and software, and financing in often are barrier in maximizing. Alright, which applies to the entire community who receive education. In Indonesia, the level of student of for learning also triggers will be effective or not. This online learning keeps the culture in mind face-to-face learning in mind face-to-face learning that is still achieved inside. So, during learning activities
The
online
time
is
is over.
not common.
The time is up.
Alright. All right, guys. The presentation is time is up. Any comment?
Any comment, Miss Syarifah?
All right.
I have comment. How to deal with online learning so as not to harm students. Okay, thank you.
Excuse me, Miss Supi Andani. Can you reply again your question?
Okay, why? I have comment. How to deal with online learning so as not to harm students. Okay, thank you, Miss Syarifah.
All right. Thank you, Miss Supi. Give me
Miss,
time to answer your question. All right, Silap. Yes, Miss
Miss, I have
Bella.
question for you. How how so that students can still learn and make achievements through learning online with this COVID-19 situation? Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Miss Bella. Give me time. Any more question?
Me, Miss.
Yes.
I have a question for Miss Syarifah.
Yeah.
Is online with homeschooling the same? For please the explain too. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Miss Norol. Give me time for answer your question. Any more
Alright.
question?
Excuse me, Miss. I have a question for you.
Yeah,
Uh, what
please.
what is the role of parents in online learning? All right, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Miss Siti. Give me. All right, everybody. Give me time for your answer. Give me time. Uh, I answer your question. Yuk, tangan siapa? Hmm. All right, Miss Supi, I answering your question. I think educators are required to be alert and creative in making a virtual classroom, right? So that students stay focused and don't get boring looking and their device, including making interesting online learning videos with smartphone for students. It's clear, Miss Supi?
Okay, Miss Syarifah, it's clear. I'm understand now. Thank you.
All right. Uh, Next, I will answering your question, Miss Zeti. I think to support the assessment of student learning assessment, the role of parents can motivate students at home, including attention to be to be to the learning of process, giving advice, giving gifts, so that children feel even more enthusiastic about learning, and punishment that educates and provides learning facilities for students on an ongoing basis. It's clear, Ms. Zeti?
Yes, it's clear, Miss Syarifah. Thank you for your answer.
Alright, everybody, give me time to answer. Lagi pertanyaan dia. Alright, Miss Nurul, I can I will answer your question. I think we can give the interesting lessons such as material in the form of cartoon videos, examples, and we can take the positive side of the learning. It's clear, Miss Nurul?
Yes. Yes, Miss Syarifah. Clear.
The time is over. Close it.
All right, everybody. Any question?
The time is over. Close it.
All right, everybody. Any comment? My presentation. Comment kan?